Alright, it's your boy President Q and we back and we talking about NBA 2k22. It comes out in 14 days as of the day I'm recording this, so I gotta hurry up and put this series out. Basically, this is the My Career Planner. So depending on what position you are, you want to watch this 5-part series so you can know what list of teams you should be trying to get on, unless of course it's your favorite team. But at the end of the day, if you're a guard and you trying to play on the Nets with James Harden and Kyrie Irving, it's just not going to feel right. You're going to lose so much teammate grade because you're going to be calling for the ball so much and they ain't going to be passing it to you. Same for if you went to the Golden State Warriors. They don't need a guard. So this guide is to help you find a team that helps fit your need. Now enough of the talking, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so for the first team, we going all the way up to the north. We talking about the Toronto Raptors. Basically, we all know Kyle Lowry jumped ship to the Miami Heat, and now the Raptors are out of a point guard. So this would be the perfect place for a rebuild. If you're a big fan of Pascal Siakam and you need somebody who could be a nice secondary option if you're trying to get back to the championship, this would be a great team if you need defenders and scorers. Not really rebounders, but you know, this is great if you want to go coast to coast and you're a Westbrook kind of player. Next up, we got the Cavaliers. Now, I don't know if you guys believe in Sexland, but if you want to break up Sexland, then you can come here to the Cavaliers and take Darius Garland's spot. Pretty much a lot of these spots are up for grab if you're a guard. But I would say this team is good because you get put next to Colin Sexton and also play with Kevin Love or Lauri Markkanen right now. He just got traded there. So you have a stretch big, and of course you got a rim protector, so if you're constantly getting beat on defense, then you have somebody there to protect you. So if you're really an offensive scoring playmaking kind of guard, this is the perfect place for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Next up, we got the mean green team. We're talking about the Boston Celtics. You can send Marcus Smart back to the bench as the sixth man, but of course you got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum there to defend and play some of the offense for you, and you could be the primary playmaker. So if you're like me and you like being the primary playmaker and playing defense, then this team is perfect for you. So next up, we got the Dallas Mavericks. Now it says Luka's at point guard, but let's be real, anybody who watches ball knows he can play 3 positions: small forward, shooting guard, point guard. So you being the point guard, it will just push him to small forward or shooting guard, which is fine. And honestly, if you want to win a championship, I would peg this as one of the top 3 teams for you to play for. Now, the team that I do think is the top team to play for is the Los Angeles Clippers as a point guard. Now, Reggie Jackson's a baller. Let's give him his credit where credit's due. But best believe you can send him to the bench easily and play with Paul George, and it should be Kawhi Leonard right here, but we'll see how it is when the game comes out. And of course, Kawhi Leonard, and y'all can ball the hell out. It'll be amazing because you have 2 defensive wings that also can shoot. And then, of course, you have Marcus Morris who can shoot as well. And Ivica Zubac, which he's basically a glass cleaner. So you could throw him easy lobs and stuff like that. Basically, any kind of point guard can play here. So definitely look into this as the best team to play for. Next up, we got the Magic. And I'm not even going to stay on this too long. It's the Magic. Literally anybody who wants to play here can play here. The only position that's not up for grabs, I argue, is center. But yeah. And of course, one of the other top teams to play for, the Utah Jazz. Now, I know a lot of us love Mike Conley out there, but at the end of the day, you can pretty much do everything he does, but better. He's probably only gonna be like a low 80 overall, so you can pass him up pretty easily, and you get to play with Donovan Mitchell. He can do everything. Donovan Mitchell is like Dwayne Wade in the modern era, just without the size and the strength. But yeah, the Utah Jazz, I would say, is the number 2 or even number 3 team that you should look at playing as if you are a point guard with basically a jack of all trades. And we also have the Washington Wizards on here, where you get paired up with Bradley Beal, who should be at 89 or 90 overall in that game. You'll put Spencer Dinwiddie back into the 6-man position, but you got a bunch of scoring wings around you and a stretch big, so it should do pretty well. You're not probably gonna win a championship with this team unless you're like a 90 something overall, but you know, if you want to have some fun and you want to have a bunch of scorers, then this is a great team. Next up, we have the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, they pretty much don't have a point guard anymore, so this is a wide open spot, especially if you want to play with Zion and Brandon Ingram. I think it would do pretty well. Also, Jonas is kind of becoming a stretch big, but he also can score on the inside in the post, so get you some easy assists, and he's a decent rim protector. Basically, if you were like Lonzo Ball, this is like the perfect team for you. So if you're a 3-and-D playmaker, then this is the team that you want to play on. If you're a slasher, I would not recommend going to this team. So watch out for that. Like if you're a Westbrook type of player, no, don't go to this team. It's a horrible matchup for you. And finally, I put the Rockets. I don't know why I put the Rockets. I guess I just put it because I really don't know what's going to happen with John Wall. I don't know what his overall is going to be on the game, but you can technically play with Jalen Green and Kevin Porter if you really want to. Also, Christian Wood's pretty good too. But I would say this is my last choice for teams that can possibly have a point guard replacement. Otherwise, I would go with all the other ones on the list, but it's still not a bad list. If you're a John Wall type player, then you can basically just have some meta storyline where you're the up-and-coming next prime John Wall or something like that. I mean, that's really the only reason why I would want to be on the Rockets, is if I have a John Wall like play style. But otherwise, I'm not really a fan of the Rockets. I wouldn't play for them if you really want to win some games. But y'all let me know about y'all's list down below, and please don't go into the comments being like, you missed him and him. Listen, the point guard is probably the most stacked position in the NBA, and at the end of the day, more teams are looking for these hybrid guards that can score and play defense, or that can score and facilitate, or that can facilitate and play defense. At the end of the day, that's usually what the point guard's job is to do. So let me know what you guys think down below. Episode 2, the shooting guard video, will be coming up next. That's a long list of spots open for the shooting guards, but we'll get to that later. Otherwise, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Check out my new podcast, The Outlet, down below, and I'll talk to you ugly sexy face later. This has been your President Q. I'm out. Peace.